America and stuff, they just need to like at least have a debate, at least have some discussion or something like that, because
it's just screaming and yelling.
It's just the screaming and yelling and the noise on both sides. And it's on both sides. It definitely is on both sides.
No, yeah, I agree. I think right now, I'd say it's almost like more like, you know what I mean? Like, at least when like at Charlottetown and stuff, like right wing conservatives, like they would stand out like, "Okay, we're not like these people.
Yeah.
These people are terrible. We agree these people are terrible."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I disagree. Like, I feel like a lot of like actual liberals, like they can have a conversation with, don't separate themselves as much from these crazy social justice words, which I think they should.
Yeah, well, a lot of people I talk to, like,
yeah, I kind of agree, but like, no,
yeah,
like,
no,
come on,
I know.
like, you talk to them, like, yeah, I agree, like,
That's like my roommate, man. My roommate the other day did something that kind of scared me, because the new guy that got elected for the NDP, I don't know if you heard about that. I was like doing some dirt digging on him, trying to figure out any stuff that he'd done that was pretty poor. The guy tweeted, "Rest in peace to Fidel Castro." Like, and my roommate was not bothered by it. He didn't care. Well, you know, some guy, I commented, I was like,
it's like when Trudeau talks about.
Yeah, and I was like, why don't you talk to someone from Cuba and you'll see how terrible it was to live there. And then the problem is it becomes whataboutism. Like, I'm talking to this one guy, I'm arguing with this one guy on Facebook, and I'm like, yeah, you know, this guy, you know, he encouraged civilians to beat gay people and, you know, ostracize gay people and separate them from the community. You were encouraged to rat on your neighbor or your friends.
Healthcare.
Yeah. Oh, he brought healthcare that was so bad that you were actually told to bring, that they actually reuse latex gloves. Okay, the whole point of a latex glove is that you don't reuse it. And you're actually encouraged to bring your own toilet paper and toiletries because they don't have actually working facilities. So yeah, great healthcare, just like South Africa, great healthcare. Turns out that when you declare something a right, it doesn't actually make it appear out of thin air. But anyways, yeah, so I'm talking to this guy and I'm like, yeah, you know, what he did was real terrible and stuff like that. And the guy goes, yeah, you've been a victim of propaganda from the Western world. I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure that when you have a Cuban telling you in an interview on a YouTube that says, yeah, I got accused of being gay and my life was terrible and I got beat up for it. I don't think that's propaganda. I think that's a Cuban telling you how terrible it is. When people make cars into boats to escape, does that happen in Canada? He's like, well, in Canada we were pretty mean to gay people in the 80s and 70s and 60s as well. And I was like, okay, you show me a politician that openly called for violence against gay people, and I will literally take back everything I said. Show me one example. And he's like, well, you didn't bring supporting evidence. So I showed him, linked him articles, linked him to the YouTube video, and they didn't comment back because he knew I was right, obviously. And then,
shit.
the argument's done. He just stopped his answer. When have people ever turned a car into a boat to escape Canada, or the United States, or the UK, or Holland? Has that ever happened? Do you know anyone that our country's so bad that somebody actually turned a land vehicle into a sea vehicle so that they could actually escape? Because that's what they do in Cuba. They don't boats. They have to actually turn a car into a raft and float away.
They're also on an island, so like that makes sense.
No, I know. But even like,
yeah, I know. I got your point.
Like, it's just like
your overall point.
I think it's just insane. It's
no one's gonna try.
Like, that's not a big deal. That's not a big deal.
You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have to escape from Cuba. If you want to leave Canada,
leave. My roommate didn't really give a crap. He literally didn't give a crap, and I was like, Bruno, why don't you talk to a Cuban? Why don't you sit down and have an actual honest conversation with this guy for an hour and just see what it's like to actually be someone in another country? You know, when people go to Cuba, this one guy go, oh, I went to Cuba. Yeah, you're living in a wall, dude. They don't actually show you what's like in Cuba.
Too.
Yeah, like, I know people.
I went to a 4-star resort, yeah, man. Like,
that's totally the same thing. Like, my brother went to high school with is an actual Cuban immigrant. It's terrible. That's why they're in Canada now. They're not there because it was so great. They were there because it was terrible. They left. That's not why they left. They left because it was atrocious. Because people there were starving. They had people. The healthcare was so bad that you couldn't even go to the hospital. Didn't really do much. Like, life expectancy was down. Literally, as soon as they opened trade with the U.S., their life expectancy doubled. And the standard, sorry, not life expectancy. The standard of living doubled. Sorry, not.
I was like,
sorry, not life expectancy. Their standard of living doubled. Within 1 year of opening trade with the U.S. So, what?
Well, like, that's why they come to the West for.
Obviously, my
land of freedom, right?
My mom came to Canada because Guyana was pretty crap, and it's still pretty crap. So that's like.
Yeah, it definitely hasn't got better. Guyana for sure. I remember watching. I watched Gold Rush, and they went to Guyana the one time.
Yeah.
Like, doing mining, and they're like, I don't know why we came here. They ended up not getting any gold.
There's no minerals now. It's all been extracted.
They found diamonds, but you know what I mean. Like, the diamonds weren't even worth like.
No, it's all been extracted. Everything's already been pillaged basically. But
that's all they have, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's gone now.
Yeah, well,
that's all they have.
Yeah, they don't have much resources there. It's a tiny country, anyways, but still. But yeah, it's just like really vast. People just like.
Right around here somewhere.
It's right there. Yeah, that's right there. It's right. Yeah, there's that.
I definitely want to travel like Latin America.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, but like I just think like it's just whack, man. People like my roommate did. I was like, he just went, yeah. Dude, why did someone? Could you imagine? Could you imagine for just a second if Stephen Harper tweeted out, "Rest in peace, Hitler," or what? And I'm not saying Fidel Castro's Hitler. I'm not saying that at all. But like, Fidel Castro's pretty terrible. He's considered to be by the Cuban people pretty atrocious. And people that like him are probably been brainwashed. Like
well, it's just like the left saying like, "Oh, Trump likes Putin." Like,
okay, they're not the same. Yeah, they're not the same. Yeah, exactly.
Putin's bad.
Putin's bad. Putin's terrible, but he's still not Fidel Castro.
I would just say like
he's not there executing gay people. He's not out there like he executes journalists.
Yeah, I was gonna say he does execute people he doesn't like, but he's not killing gay people.
No, he's not out there. He's not out there like
He's definitely a bad guy, but he's definitely not.
Yeah, there's like actual like. I just think that it's just this desensitization, I guess, or desensitivity to this kind of issues because it literally did like I thought the guy was good, the NDP guy was cool until I saw that tweet and I was like, nah, I'm not really comfortable with that. I don't know if I would vote for somebody who would mourn the death of.
Would you ever vote NDP though? Really?
No, they're pretty communist. They're pretty communist, but like, they're pretty leftist. Yeah, they're pretty leftist. Like redistribution of wealth. Like so interesting. I was like talking to my roommate, he got pissed off, and I was like,
who was
Jack Layton.
No, before Stephen Harper, who was the prime minister again? He was a liberal.
John something or Paul something or something. I don't know. I was a kid. I don't remember.
I guess I only remember like being on that like back home.
I remember Harper. I remember Harper being elected. That was it.
At least he ran a surplus. I didn't really like him for 11.
No, he was kind of boring. Very boring person. Didn't do much for the natives.
No.
But even Trudeau's had like 3 speeches in the past like month. 2 months about natives. Has he actually passed laws or legislation or bills helping natives? Of course not.
No,
you just keep giving them money and they just keep voting.
Like affecting our freedom of speech. It's stupid.
Yeah, all he's done is restrict our freedoms, ruin the economy, fuck up pot legalization. How the fuck do you mess up pot legalization, Kathleen Wynne? Literally, I want to know what in your mind thought monopolizing a plant was smart. You're monopolizing a plant. Monopolizing alcohol has turned out to be shit because we pay. Dude, Creemore Springs, which is made in Ontario, is cheaper in Quebec than it is in Ontario. That's bullshit. That is complete bullshit. I went to the fucking Costco and was able to buy beer. I have to literally go to Costco in Quebec to buy beer because it's too fucking expensive in Canada for Creemore Springs. It's made in Ontario. It should be fucking cheaper in Ontario than it is in Quebec. Nope. They have a fucking way less alcohol tax than we do. What?
No, it doesn't make sense. It's ridiculous. And all this freaking, I hate when people say, "Oh, you got white privilege." It's like,
yeah, my dad.
I always ask them, like, what's white privilege? You were born with better opportunity. I'm like, I literally bust my ass off.
I literally disabled, so that's not even true. Yeah, I started working when I was like 10 or 11, man. I'd do newspapers. I didn't realize that my my university application had a white check sign. Oh, you're white, clean? Okay, you're in. Pretty sure UWater actually has less white people than it does other minorities.
Definitely.
But yeah. Oh, and more women are in university than men. So how do I have male privilege? How's that a thing when more women?
I love the transgender women.
How is it that women can get a scholarship for being a woman when there's more women in a university? There's overrepresentation. I don't really understand
that. Is that a thing?
Yeah, dude. I almost said I was gay on my OSAP application so I could get more OSAP. Women are considered minorities in Ontario. We learned that in HR. What? My mom came to this country and was an actual minority and makes more money than my white straight male dad. My dad said to me, "Oh, you privileged, Dave." I'm like, okay, you're telling me Shalin Vahora, who moved here from Bosnia at the age of like 4, has less opportunity than me. I literally asked him. I said, we both grew up in Burlington. We both went to the same high school. We're both in university. You're gonna tell me that I have an advantage over him somehow? How? What advantage do I have over him because of my skin color? And my dad couldn't answer. And then I said, well, again, the highest income earners in Canada are Asian. So how?
Do they have Asian privilege?
Yeah, exactly. So even gay people,